Today on this edition of Life After Sight Loss TV, we're going to take a look at an interesting definition of grief and how it applies to those of us who've gone through sight loss. What's up, VIPs? Derek here, back with another edition of Life After Sight Loss TV, where it's all about helping you discover life after sight loss. On this channel, we do product reviews, life advice, encouragement, how-tos, and so much more. So if you're interested in all of that, I would encourage you to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss another single video. And while you're doing that, make sure to click that bell icon so that you get notified whenever I release new videos each and every week. You know, for many of us, we recently celebrated the holidays. No matter what holiday it was, you probably had some sort of celebration. And while that can be a lot of fun, it can also bring up some, well, not so pleasant feelings. Recently, I did a podcast all about the topic of grief and gave some different definitions, which I found were very interesting. So I'm going to put a link in the description box below so you can check out that whole episode and listen to all the definitions, because I think it's really, really impactful and interesting at the very least. And so today I wanted to offer up one of those definitions. Now again, this isn't the end-all be-all of grief, like this is it, this is all there is, or anything like that. This is just to make us think and to get our, brain flowing a little bit. So let me give you that definition of grief. All right, so here it is. Ready? Quote, "Grief is the feeling of reaching out for someone who's always been there, only to find when you need them one more time, they're no longer there." Now, I'm sure if you've lost somebody in your life, especially somebody close, you can identify with this. You know, that feeling that you have of always having that person in your life, and then all of a sudden, they're no longer there. I was listening to somebody the other day talk about losing their father recently, within the past few months. And they said that their father was a big Bruce Springsteen fan. So the other day they were going through their Facebook feed and they saw this video about Bruce Springsteen and some music, and they were so excited. And after they were done watching the video, they immediately went to click and share it with their dad. And then they had the realization that I can't do this anymore. He's not there. He's no longer there for me to just share this video with or talk with or whatever it might be. And so if you've had somebody that you've lost in your life, especially somebody close, a parent, a sibling, a best friend, you probably understand this idea of having that person there, and when you reach out for them one more time, they're not there anymore. And I actually think sight loss is a lot like this. You know, we get up when we're sighted and we look outside, we see the grass and the beautiful day, and we go and look at our face in the mirror and make sure everything looks all right. We pick out our clothes, we make our coffee, we go to work, we work on our whatever we do at work, we do all the normal things, and it's always there. Our sight is that constant companion that's always there. And then one day we wake up and we look outside and we can't see the grass. We can't see how beautiful a day it is. We go and we look at our face in a mirror, and it takes a lot longer because we have to actually feel and take extra time to make sure everything's all right. When we pick out our clothes, maybe we match them a little differently. We have to take an extra step to make sure everything looks all right. When we make the coffee, we've got to take extra steps there. When we get to work, obviously if we drove, we can't do that anymore. So we got to find alternate ways. Maybe our job has to be done differently. There's all these little things that change because our sight is no longer there. Someone once told me when I was losing my vision way back, 16 years ago, that it's like a death. And I didn't realize how much it was until I went through the process and grieved and, all those sort of things. And it is like a death. It's like a death of a constant companion who's always with you, who's never let you down, who's never walked away. And then one day, or maybe over a course of time, that companion isn't there for you anymore. You open your eyes and your whole world has changed. Now, why am I sharing this with you today? Well, first of all, I think it's really interesting to think about. And I think I want you to think about it in the sense that maybe you feeling grief and that makes sense to you. So like, wow, is that grief? Yeah, that's part of grief. It's not the end-all be-all of grief, but at least it's part of it. And I also wanted to share with you because I know I've experienced this in my own life, and I'm sure you have as well in some way. So I wanted you to know that you are not alone. If you're watching this video right now and you've ever felt this way, trust me, you're not alone. All of us from time to time have felt this way, whether it's the loss of a loved one, the loss of our sight, the loss of something. We've felt this way, that constant companion is just no longer there. And that can be really hard to deal with. But remember, we're not alone. You're not alone. We can do this together. All right, so now that I've had my turn to talk, it's your turn. My question for you today is this: have you ever experienced grief in this fashion, where it's feeling like somebody is gone and you can't access them anymore, whether it's your site or any other such thing? Hey, I want to hear about it, and I know others would as well, so let me know in the comments below. Hey, if you liked today's video, if you found it helpful, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, share it with somebody that you know, and subscribe to my channel so that you can get more videos just like this for encouragement, life advice, and more. Thanks so much for watching this edition of Life After Sight Loss TV, and until next time, remember, sight loss isn't the end, it's just the beginning. My name's Derek Daniel from LifeAfterSightLoss.com, and I'll see you in the next one.